everyone, welcome to Fityo with Eileen. In today's video, we're going to be doing an hour-long yoga stretch session. So expect this to be a slower paced class where we really just explore how our body feels in each pose and gently stretch everything out. So for some yummy stretches, join me on the mat. Let's begin by coming to a comfortable seated position and closing your eyes. Hands just resting lightly on your knees. Palms up to receive more energies. Palms down if you want to feel more grounded. Absolutely your choice here. And from here, we're just going to take a few moments at the beginning of this practice to center and ground ourselves as we prepare both mind and body to arrive on the mat. So just beginning to notice the thoughts in your mind here. Perfectly normal to have a lot of thoughts rushing around. Perhaps you are thinking about what you have to do, that very long to-do list. If you feel yourself getting distracted by those thoughts, now or at any point during practice, try to bring your mind back onto your breath. Using your breath to calm the mind down. Using your breath as that bridge linking body and mind. And from there, start to notice your alignment here on the mat. Are you grounding evenly across both your sit bones if you're sat on the mat? And maybe take this chance to sit up that little bit straighter, that little bit taller. Feel yourself grow as you lengthen up through your spine all the way to the crown of your head. And now maybe take this chance just to reset the shoulders by taking them up towards your ears, rotating them over and back. So start to feel a sense of relaxation in your shoulders. Start to feel a sense of broadness and space across your chest and collarbones. And now tuning in more and more onto your breath. Just noticing the rhythm of your breath here. Each in-breath, each out-breath. And now, can you slowly start to lengthen each inhale and deepen each exhale, improving the quality of your breath. Inhale fully, exhale completely. And now, we take a few breaths together. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale once more for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last time here together. Inhaling for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continuing to breathe here. Each time you inhale, imagine expansion and space in your body. Each time you exhale, feel yourself grounding more onto the mat. And from here, I invite you to set your own positive intention for today's practice. And if you would like to join me, we bring palms together at heart center, taking an inhale here through your nose. Exhale out through your nose and bow forehead towards fingertips. Slowly opening up your eyes, letting the light in. Namaste. So everyone, let's begin by warming the body up gently. Taking an inhale here, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Feel your spine grow long. And now just interlacing your fingers, bringing palms behind your head. Feel free to close your eyes here, feeling into the first pose of today's practice. From here, start to feel a stretch across your chest and in your shoulders as well. Imagine that you want to draw the elbows out wide, so feel that, feeling that stretch here. Now take one more inhale here, and as you exhale, rounding your spine forwards, drawing elbows as if to meet in the front, gaze towards navel. Inhale, lift the crown of your head, lift your gaze to the sky if you can, stretch. Exhale to round once more. No pressure back of the head or neck. Just letting the spine move here. Inhaling, lift your gaze, lift your heart space, stretch the elbows out wide. Exhaling to round once more. Really trying to draw your navel in towards your spine here. Your next inhale, come back up to neutral spine and release your hands, fingertips out towards the side. Now stretching fingertips far and away from you. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, bring palms to meet in front of heart center. Inhaling to stretch, palms in line with your body. Exhaling, palms meet. Feel the nice gentle mobility through the shoulders. Inhaling, stretch. Exhale, palms meet. Feel the stretch in your chest as well. Last time here. Inhaling, arms out wide. Exhaling, palms meet at heart center. And now just release hands onto the mat here. Take one more inhale to lengthen up through the spine, rooting down through your sit bones. And now as you exhale, can you lift your left hand up? Walk your right hand away and then stretch towards your right side, sending your left fingertips far and away towards your right side. Now, check in with your neck. Maybe gaze can be towards the front, or if it feels nice, you can slowly lift your gaze beyond your left hand, looking up towards the sky. Wherever you are, staying here, breathe, feel the lengthening and opening through the left side of your body. Continue to ground through on the left hip. One more cycle of breath here. And now, release, coming back up, left fingertips just at the side of your body. Right hand raises up, take an inhale. As you exhale, lean towards your right side. Now for those of us who have more space, maybe you can ground forearm onto the mat. But wherever you are, keep maintaining the rooting down through your right sit bone here. Don't let the right hip lift. And now, gaze towards front, or beyond right hand. Keep stretching and lengthening right fingertips away. Open up, breathe. One more cycle of breath. And release, coming back up to center. Now bringing hands at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Take an inhale, always lengthening through the spine, never losing that length through your spine throughout this practice. And as you exhale, can you twist towards your left hand side? Keep twisting here. And then once you've reached your maximum twist through your waist, release your hands. Right hand on your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Lengthen up through the spine. And then notice, depending on how deep your twist is, maybe gaze is to where your heart center opens up to. If you have a deeper twist, you may find your gaze beyond back shoulder. One more breath here. And now release, come back to center. Hands again at heart center, Anjali Mudra. Lengthen. One inhale here. As you exhale, this time twisting towards your right. Twist, twist, twist through the waist. And then releasing your hands. Staying light on the back fingertips. Keep generating the twist through your waist. Each time you exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. Keep lengthening up all the way to the crown of the head. Always remember to generate that twist through the waist. It's a waist twist, not a neck twist. One more breath here. And then release, coming back to the center. Now take your time to transition over onto tabletop position. Onto all fours now. Stacking your joints here, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. From here, just a few rounds of our cat and cow. Taking an inhale first in neutral spine. As you exhale, rounding your spine, tucking tailbone down and under. Inhaling, lift the crown of your head, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. Exhaling to round. Inhale, lift to rise. Exhaling, rounding your spine. Really drawing navel towards your spine. Gaze towards your knees or even to your navel. Inhale, lift to rise. Feel the breath move through your body. See how your spine feels. Exhale, round. One more cycle here. Inhaling, lift. Exhale. Your next inhale, come back to neutral spine. And now from here, can you extend your back leg out behind you? Your right back leg, take it out to the back. In line with your hips. Stretch left hand away from you. Find that balance here. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw your knee and elbow to meet. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, knee and elbow to meet. Inhale, lengthen and stretch. Exhale, knee and elbow to meet. Your next inhale, lengthen out, stretch. But this time, can you bend your right knee behind you? Left hand goes up and reaches back, catching hold of your right foot. You can bring your gaze towards the mat just to stabilize here. And then think about lightly kicking that right foot back against your hand. Hand is not doing much work here. And then feeling the stretch in the glutes, in the hamstrings. Feel the spine working too here, opening up. Breathe here. And exhale, release. Grounding left hand onto the mat. Right knee onto the mat. Onto the second side. Lift the left leg up, lengthen, keeping it in line with the hips. Once you've stabilized, lengthen, right hand away. And from here, take one more inhale. Exhale, knee and elbow meet. Inhale, stretch out, lengthen. Exhale, knee and elbow to meet. Inhale, stretch. Exhale to meet. Last inhale here to stretch. And now bending that left knee, right hand goes back this time. Catches hold of that left foot. Bringing gaze towards the mat, find that stability. And then lightly kick back against the right hand. Really feeling the stretch and activation in the glutes and hamstrings here. Not forgetting to breathe at all times. And exhale, release grounding your right palm and left knee onto the mat once more. From hands and knees now, you're going to take your next inhale and lift your right arm out to the side. Continue to inhale and lift your gaze up towards your fingertips. As you exhale, thread your right arm underneath left, floating the right arm up and above. Inhale, lift and twist. Exhale, threading right on the left. Inhale, lift your right arm up one more time. As you exhale this time, right hand threads underneath left, but melt your right temple down onto the mat. Grounding into the right shoulder here, coming into thread the needle pose. Option here to extend your left palm up ahead towards the top of the mat, so you feel more of a stretch into the back of your left shoulder. And then just breathing and surrendering into this pose. Feeling a very nice stretch in the shoulders and a very nice twist in the spine. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Taking 2 more cycles of breath here. One more cycle of breath. And now slowly bringing your left palm nearer to your body. Press back up onto all fours. Now your next inhale, left arm reaches out to the side. Keep inhaling and lifting left fingertips towards the sky. As you exhale, thread left arm underneath right, but keep that left arm floating. Inhale to stretch up. Exhale, thread. Last inhale here to stretch and twist. This time as you exhale, grounding your left arm down onto the ground and take your time to melt left temple down onto the mat. And from here, option once again to stretch that right arm over and away towards the top of the mat. And then here, keeping the weight centered in the midline, feel free to close your eyes and feel into this stretch. Being very aware of the sensations in your body here. And then just breathing deeply. Each time you exhale, releasing more and more tension. Always having the intention here, especially in this stretch practice. Just taking 2 more cycles of breath here. And then now coming back up onto all fours. From here, walk both palms away from you towards the top of the mat. Take an inhale to stretch and lift your gaze, stretch your spine. As you exhale, melt forehead and chest down towards the mat. So you're really lengthening the spine here as you come into extended puppy pose. Stretching the arms away from you, finding length and stretch there as well. All the way to the back of the shoulders. If you have blocks or cushion at home, you can always place them under your forehead here if that feels better for you. Now everyone, again feeling surrender into this pose here. Each time you inhale, really filling up your lungs. Taking 2 more cycles of breath here. And now nothing changes, but you're going to lift your forearms up, pressing elbows into the mat, bringing palms together. Interlace your fingers and send the thumbs towards the back of your neck. So you're really feeling a nice stretch in the back of your upper arms here. Breathe into the stretch. No tension in the neck. Just 2 more cycles of breath here. And now release. Palms down onto the mat. Bring yourself up onto a tabletop position once more. From here, take an inhale, neutral spine. As you exhale, send your hips back, coming into a child's pose, melting forehead onto the mat. Not staying here too long. From here, you're going to walk your hands towards your right hand side. So you imagine the face of a clock, hands wanting to go towards 2 o'clock. And a melting forehead onto the mat. Torso just draping over your right thigh here. You want to feel a sense of openness into the left side of your body, right there, opening up here. So breathe and feel the expansion and stretch in the left side of the body. Taking 2 more cycles of breath here. From there, walking the hands back to center. Continue walking the hands over to the left side, aiming for 10 o'clock now. And then just relaxing, forehead down. Feeling very, very nice stretch into the right side of the body here, down this side. Each time you breathe, feel a sense of openness, of space. 2 more cycles of breath, we stay here. And now walking hands back to center. Transition up into tabletop position once more. Tucking the toes behind you this time. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, lift your hips high and up and come into downward facing dog. So feel free to walk the dog here, lifting up one heel at a time as we say hello to our hamstrings. For the next few moments, feel free to add in any additional movement that will make you feel more at ease in your downward facing dog. You can lift the toes, maybe bend knees, sway hips side to side, anything you want. And if your heels don't touch the mat yet, keep a slight micro bend in the knees, but keep thinking about sending the chest back towards the direction of your heels and lengthening out through the legs. Eventually, over time, the heels will ground onto the mat. Now everyone coming into stillness here in downward facing dog. 1 cycle of breath. Now lifting your gaze towards your hands, walk your feet to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Coming into standing forward fold. Once again here, you can bend your knees, resting abdomen on the upper thighs, if that feels better, and then eventually, over time, straightening out the legs more and more. If the legs are straight, think about sending the weight more into the balls of the feet in front rather than the heels. From here, grabbing hold of opposite elbows and letting the head hang down towards the mat. Feel the crown of the head heavy, letting gravity pull the crown of your head and your spine towards the mat. So upper body is relaxed and lengthened. And feel free to add a gentle sway side to side of the torso before eventually coming to stillness in ragdoll pose. 1 more cycle of breath here. Now releasing your elbows, fingertips onto the mat. Take an inhale, come up to a halfway lift. Flat back, fingertips on your shins. 2 more times like that. Exhale, fold. Inhaling up into a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhaling up into a halfway lift. Eyes forward. Exhale, fold. Your next inhale, root through your feet, stretch the arms up towards the sky, palms together at the top, and exhaling, hands to heart center. From there, releasing your hands, bringing hands onto your hips, fingertips pointing towards the front. Now think about squeezing the elbows back. Imagine that you're squeezing an imaginary block between the elbows there. From here, think about lifting your heart space up towards the sky. Legs are engaged. Going to go into a little back bend here. Your Ardha Chakrasana. Take an inhale and start to lean back. If you're new to this pose or the back bends, keep your gaze towards the front. Or if you feel quite comfortable, you can lift your gaze towards the sky. But wherever you are, you're not collapsing back. You're rooting through your feet. Hips are steady here. Feel the stretch in the spine. Very nice, strong stretch. One more breath here, I promise. And then slowly inhale and come back up to standing. Take an inhale, reach fingertips up towards the sky. As you exhale, forward fold. Coming to standing, forward fold. Just one cycle of breath here. Your next inhale, stretch the arms up, come up all the way to standing, but this time send the arms back, release palms, and imagine pressing an imaginary wall away from you to the back. Keep stretching back here, breathe. Your next inhale, come back up to center, palms together, exhale, hands to heart center. Now releasing your hands down to the sides. Take a big step out with your right foot here, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. So you want to have about 1.5 to 2 meters distance, remember, social distancing, between the legs here. When you're there, keep rooting down firmly through your feet, keep pressing out towards the outer edges of your feet. From there, we're going to take an inhale to lengthen and stretch the spine up. And as you exhale, forward fold. When you reach the halfway point, stretch the spine forward, send the crown of the head forwards, and then eventually folding all the way down. Arms grounding onto the mat. If you have some blocks, you can stack some blocks and place the hands there if you need more space. Otherwise, fold here, lengthening spine downwards. Those of us who have more space in your body, find the crown of your head grounds on the mat. Wherever you are, continue to breathe here and feel a very nice strong stretch in the hamstrings, back of the legs. Now take an inhale and come up onto fingertips into a halfway lift spine, eyes forward. Exhale to fold. Bring your right palm into the center, just underneath your heart space. Your next inhale, lift your left fingertips up towards the sky, twist up, send gaze towards left fingertips. Exhale, left palm rounds onto the mat. Your next inhale, right fingertips stretches up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand grounds onto the mat. From here, your next inhale, sweep the left fingertips up towards the sky, twist and gaze at your left fingertips. And now from there, you're going to circle your left arm behind your back, left hand finding right inner thigh. Think about sending the left shoulder back, lengthening crown of the head forwards, and breathe. Exhale and release, coming back to center. When the hands are back at center, you're going to bring your left palm to the center of the mat. Take an inhale and stretch your right fingertips up towards the sky. Twist and look at right fingertips. And from there, circle right arm behind you, right hand finding left inner thigh. Think Think about bringing the right shoulder back as you twist up and look towards the sky. Breathe. And now release. Bringing right hand back onto the mat. Take an inhale up into a halfway lift, gaze forwards. Exhale to fold once more, palms onto the mat. This time, turn all toes to face the top of the mat. Walk the hands forwards, hands framing the front left foot. And then bend into your left knee as you come into a runner's pose here. So we're just going to find length and stretch out the hip flexors in the right leg. Breathe here. One more cycle of breath. And now walking the hands back to the center, turning toes towards the back of the mat. Hands framing the back right foot now. Bend into the right knee. Stretching out that left leg. Stretching into the hip flexors there. Feels really nice. Breathe here. Not staying here too long, just one more breath. And now, turning the toes to face the long edge of the mat, coming back to center, hands transfer onto the hips. Take an inhale to rise back up to standing, then toes to face the top of the mat once more, and then with control, step the right foot forwards, coming into the top of the mat. Ta-da! Hands together at heart center, we move on from here. Take an inhale, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold. Hands onto the mat. Step the right leg far and back. Step the left leg far and back, coming into a plank pose here. First vinyasa, so as you exhale all together, dropping knees, chest and chin down towards the mat. Inhale to come up into low cobra, drawing shoulders away from ears. As you exhale, find your way into downward facing dog. As you next inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog, flexing into that top foot, keeping it strong, squaring hips towards the mat. As you exhale, send your right foot forwards between your hands, back knee grounds onto the mat. Take an inhale and rise up into a low lunge. If you're stable here, you can lift your gaze towards the sky, stretching fingertips back, opening up the chest and feeling into this gentle back bend. One cycle of breath here. As you exhale, grounding hands onto the mat and straightening out your right leg, coming into half splits on this side. Keep the weight in the center here and then press into the right heel and flex right toes towards you. If your hamstrings are very tight, which is very normal, keep a slight bend in the knee. If you have blocks at home or even cushions, you can place them under your hands here as well. Otherwise, continue to breathe into that right hamstring, finding length, finding openness. Upper body can just relax and fold down over your right leg. 2 more cycles of breath here. Keeping the breath full still. And now grounding your front right foot. Transfer your hands forward, straightening the right foot. Lift the back knee up and step back, coming into high plank. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, find downward facing dog. As you next inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Flexing into the top foot, square hips towards the mat. As you exhale, send your left foot forwards between hands, grounding right knee down. Inhale and come up into your low lunge on this side. Gaze towards the sky if you can, and think about squeezing inner legs together, keeping legs engaged. As you next exhale, release palms down onto the mat and straighten out the left leg. Pressing left heel in, flexing left toes towards you. And notice that you're not collapsing into the right side or the left, keeping the weight in the midline, lengthen the spine, and then folding over that left leg. Really stretching into the hamstring here. Two more breaths. Remembering each time you exhale to find the softness, that release. If you can. Now grounding your left foot, walk your hands forward, stab your left foot back. High plank is where we are. One vinyasa here. So as you exhale, knees, chest and chin down towards the mat. Inhaling, sliding the chest up into cobra. Exhale, find downward facing dog. Take one breath in downward facing dog. Reset, breathe. Your next inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale and stab your right foot forwards outside of your right hand. Drop your back knee down onto the mat. Now choose to stay here on your palms or come down onto forearms, coming into your modified lizard pose. You can even place blocks here to rest your hands on if you have them. Choosing the intensity of your stretch, we're going to feel into the opening of the right side of the hip. Now from here, keeping the spine long still, grounding through into the right foot, keeping the right knee aligned with the top of the mat. Just one more breath here. And now, everyone coming up onto your palms. And using your right hand, just gently nudge your right thigh away so you're rolling out onto the outer edge of your right foot. And then just send your gaze beyond back shoulder. Breathing here and just let that left hip sink down more and more towards the mat. And now just regrounding that right foot and that right palm. Now, bend your left knee, lifting the left foot up. Your next inhale, stretch your right arm up and back, catching hold of your left foot. If your hand doesn't catch your foot, not to worry, that's perfectly fine. You have a few options. Option, you can just keep bending into that right knee, lifting up that foot. So you're going to feel that stretch still in your hip flexor and your quads. Right hand can just circle around behind your back and keep sending that right shoulder back and keep twisting, sending your gaze beyond back shoulder. If you find that very tiring still, just let that leg drop down onto the mat and circle your arm back, open up the chest here. So a few options there. Choose what feels right for your body. Those of you who have got your foot, think about drawing that foot closer and closer in towards your body. Opening up the chest. Breathe. Very nice quad and hip flexor stretch. One more breath. And now we release, grounding our right palm back onto the mat, lifting the back leg up, stab your right foot back into high plank. One inhale here. As you exhale, find downward facing dog. Onto the second side. Your next inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale and send the left foot forwards outside of left hand. Drop back knee down onto the mat. Again, choosing your options to stay on your palms or come down onto forearms. If you have chosen one option over the other just now, I advise you to use that same option just for balance in both sides. Then rooting down through that left foot, left knee, align with the top of your mat. Keeping the spine long, feeling the outer edge outside of that left hip. Breathe, keeping the breaths full and steady, consistent. Just one more breath here. Coming up on the palms, everyone. And now Just using your left hand to push and gently nudge the left thigh away, sending gaze back beyond back shoulder. Rolling onto the outer edge of your left foot. Open up. Now, rolling back, coming onto the sole of your left foot, left palm grounds. Bend your right knee, lift your right foot up. Take an inhale, left arm stretches up and back, catches hold of left foot. And again, knowing your options, choosing which option works for you here. If you've got your foot, then gently draw that foot more and more in towards your body. Keep sending your gaze back. That will give you the feedback to keep your chest open. Breathing here. Staying for a while to really stretch into that quad and hip flexor here. Just one more breath. And now release that foot. Ground your left palm back onto the mat. Lift that right leg up. Step your left foot back into high plank. Now another vinyasa here, so choosing to do the options that we did earlier, or as you exhale, chaturanga down towards the mat. Inhaling up into an upward facing dog. Exhale, coming back into downward facing dog. Breathe here, reset, reconnect. Your next inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. As you exhale, send your right foot forwards outside of right hand. And this time, think about propelling left foot forwards outside of left hand. And then sink the hips down. Lengthen tailbone down, hands together, heart center. Chest lifted. Just using your elbows to gently nudge your thighs away from you. So feeling a very nice stretch in Malasana. Stretching inner thighs, inner legs, and the groin region as well. Breathing here, keeping that chest lifted, spine long. Now as you exhale, right hand grounds onto the mat just in front of your right foot. Take one more inhale to stretch. Left fingertips up towards the sky. Send your gaze to left fingertips. As you exhale, left palm grounds onto the mat in front of left toes. Take an inhale. Right arm stretches up towards the sky. Gaze towards right fingertips. As you exhale, ground your right hand down. Bringing palms back to center on the mat. Walk your feet in. Now step right leg back. Step left leg back, coming into nice high plank. One inhale here. And as you exhale, vinyasa of choice. Either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhaling up to cobra or upward facing dog. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Where breathe here. Your next inhale, send your body forwards into high plank. And from here, left forearm down onto the mat, right forearm down onto the mat. And then slowly lower your lower body from navel downwards onto the mat. Flattening tops of your feet against the mat. Coming into a Sphinx pose here. And from here, just drawing elbows more and more towards you, sending your chest forwards. Ears, shoulders away from ears, I should say. Feel free to close your eyes. Keep thinking about sending your chest forward so you feel more and more into this gentle back bend. So it's not just Netflix and chill. We are still working a little bit here, feeling that engagement still. 2 more cycles of breath. 1 more cycle. And as you exhale, slowly lower forehead towards the mat. Release spine in neutral. From lying on the mat here, you're just going to bring yourself up and roll over to lying on your mat. Not quite Shavasana yet, just a few more poses to get us there. So take your time to slowly roll down onto the mat. Bending your knees, soles of the feet on the mat to start off with. Just a simple figure 4 stretch here. And lift your right ankle, place it on your left thigh. Then reach your arms long, grabbing hold of the back of your left thigh. Draw your legs in towards you. And just feel into the opening right side of your hip here. Feel free to close your eyes, breathing into the stretch as always. 2 more breaths here. Lengthening tailbone down. And now release, switching sides, left ankle onto right thigh, reach the arms long, grabbing hold of the back of your right thigh, drawing legs in more towards you. Releasing more and more into that left outer hip here. Relaxing your shoulders, back body against the mat. Feel yourself being supported by the mat. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. And now release the legs. Now bend your knees and lift your feet up. Reach the arms long, grabbing hold of the outer edges of your feet. From there, can you turn the soles of your feet up towards the sky and draw your knees out towards the outer armpits, coming into your happy baby pose. Keep lengthening tailbone down towards the mat. And from here, maybe gentle rock side to side just to massage out your whole spine. Just like a happy baby rocking here. Gradually coming to stillness in the center. And then from here, if it feels nice for your body, explore. See if you want to straighten out one leg at a time, or even both legs. Feeling more into the hamstrings here. Again, just see how your body feels and where you want to go today. Wherever you are, take 2 more cycles of breath. And then slowly release, bringing knees back together. Releasing your feet, soles of the feet on the mat with distance, stretching arms out in line with your shoulders. From here, just a few windshield wipers. As you inhale here, take an inhale. As you exhale, let your knees drop towards the right. Inhale, knees back up to center. Exhale, knees drop towards the left. Inhale, knees back up to center. Exhale, knees towards your right, and staying here, turning your gaze up towards the sky or gaze towards the left hand. Breathe here, relaxing and opening up into the lower back. Release. Feel free to close the eyes. Maybe you want to stay here, or maybe lift up the right foot, placing it outside of your left thigh so that you feel a gentle opening more and more into the lower back. Releasing into this pose. Breathe. Just 2 more cycles of breath here. And now if you have your right foot on your left thigh, release right foot back onto the mat. Take an inhale, knees back up to center. As you exhale, let your knees come towards your left side. Choosing your option to stay here like that, or maybe lift your left foot, placing it on the outside of your right thigh, opening up more into the right side, opening up into the back. And then maybe turn gaze towards the sky or towards your right hand. Whichever feels better for your body here. And then release and relax as you breathe. Grounding into that right shoulder as well. Taking 2 more breaths here. now releasing your right foot if you have lifted onto your left foot onto the ground. Turning knees back up towards the sky, and then just hugging your knees in towards your chest. As you next inhale, lift your forehead and nose towards your knees, giving yourself a nice big hug. And as you exhale, release back of the head onto the mat, release your legs out in front of you. As you come into your Shavasana pose, legs are apart, maybe met with distance for the feet, arms alongside your body, arms turn up to the ceiling. Closing your eyes here. And now, before you settle into Shavasana, feel free to place a towel over your eyes, or even place a blanket or jacket on if it's cold. And then, coming gradually to stillness in Shavasana, your final resting pose. Slowly start to guide your focus towards the tips of your toes as you relax all your toes. Relax the soles of your feet, your heels. Relax the tops of your feet. Relax now into your ankles, calves, and shins. Take a moment now to gently contract your kneecaps and release them as you relax your knees. Relax your hamstrings, back of your thighs, tops of your thighs, and your inner thighs. Send this feeling of relaxation into your hips and glutes as you release and relax them completely. Relax your whole pelvic region. Taking a moment now to feel completely relaxed in your whole lower body. Slowly guide your focus now towards abdominal region. Can you breathe in and relax your whole abdominal region? Relaxing your chest, shoulders, upper back, mid back, and lower back. Letting any tension there drain away completely. Guide your focus now towards your arms as you relax your arms completely, all the way to your fingertips. Relax your neck, letting any tightness there drain away completely. Take a moment now to feel completely relaxed in your whole mid-body. And now, guiding your focus towards your head as you breathe in and relax all your facial muscles, your cheeks, relaxing your eyes, and relax the space between your eyes. Breathe in and relax your forehead, temples, back of your head, and the crown of your head. Just let any stress, tension, or worry drain away from you completely. Now feel completely relaxed in your whole head region and in your whole body, from the crown of your head to the tips of your toes. Enjoying this sensation just for a few more Now gently moving fingers and toes, sliding legs back together, stretching arms up overhead. If you don't have the space, just grab hold of opposite elbows, stretching toes away from you, flex and point. Give yourself a whole body stretch. As you exhale, release arms back alongside your body, rolling over to one side, and then gently bringing yourself up to a seated position once more. As we feel into our seat once again, feeling our practice come full circle. I invite you to cast your mind's eye back to that positive intention you may have set for yourself at the beginning of practice. And now bringing palms together, rubbing them gently. When you're ready, cupping your palms over your closed eyes, feeling the heat from your hands against your face, waking up all your facial senses. Take one more inhale here through your nose, exhale out through your nose, and move hands away from face, slowly opening up the eyes, letting the light in. Namaste. Thank you for joining me for class today for this stretch session. I hope that brings more ease into your body, more ease into your breath, and more calm into your mind. I hope that sets you up for a lovely, lovely day ahead. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye for now.